Alright guys, so I just finished my Mecklenburg about 2 days ago. Now I'm working on the next ship, which is going to be Golden Lude. I'm gonna call her Golden Lude from now on just because it's funny. Um, but yeah, this one I'm not gonna take too much time on because I'm not gonna rush or whatever. But I just wanted to rush Mecklenburg because thumbnail purposes and she's really cool, so that's why I went with. That being said though, I'm going to talk to you guys in today's video about the fastest way to actually go about farming these if you guys want to be stretched on time and want to be more efficient on the oil cost. So each of these ships, if you guys don't know, have a specific way of grinding for them. You gotta use specific ships to get EXP for them, making them a little bit more complicated to get for the average player, but not too difficult if you guys just understand what to do for these ships. Okay. So let's go in order from these ships here, left to right, and I'll talk about how to get them. So Mecklenburg was very easy, at least for me. It is going to be a main fleet and it's going to be Iron Blood. So you sort these by factions and types of ships. In this we have as right here. So you can use basically any ships you guys see here and you'll get EXP from Mecklenburg. The only issue is that if you're a relatively new player, you may have difficulties getting backline ships for KMS. I know this was an issue back when FDG was in PR2 and a lot of people were like, oh, Yo Star Manju, we can't get enough KMS ships in the game to grind for FDG or whatever. It was a little bit difficult. I think some people had like Graf Zeppelin as their backline and like the Ugly Twins for like the longest of time trying to get EXP that way, which is perfectly fine. That's totally acceptable for getting EXP, but this is what it happens right here. So if you guys can't get these ships, it's very nice. I think there's multiple war archives these days that lets you farm for these kinds of ships. So like I think Divergent Chessboard gives you the Ugly Sister, so you can farm there. Going down this list here, we have not Bismarck because KGV's there, but her Ugly Sister is there as well too. Is this the other one? No, it's not the same one. Okay, that's fine then. But those two are one. I think a lot of these KMS events drop both Ugly Sisters, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure they do, but oh right, the recent Emden event also gives Sadelets, so that's another option as well too. Any of these ships are acceptable to be used to grind Mecklenburg with. Again, the biggest thing for most new players is going to be those KMS ships, but if you guys can't get those to drop from War Archives though, all you need is one ship to get EXP for just Mecklenburg farming. Alright. Now Golden Lude. Golden Lude is a little different. She needs 3 factions here, so it's going to be Kingdom of Tulupa, Iron Blood, or Sardegna Empire, which is Italy. So if we search Vanguard, because she is a heavy cruiser, we search Iron Blood, Italy, and Tulipa. You can use any of these ships here that you guys see. Now this isn't as difficult as say Mecklenburg because a lot of the War Archives drops a lot of KMS Vanguards. So again, you only need one ship to get EXP for that PR ship, but getting a loadout of 3 is very good. And if I didn't say so already, if you guys want us to be at the process of grinding, you want to use 3 ships in their respective roles. So in this case, I'm grinding for a Tulipa ship. I'm using Tulipa Vanguard, KMS Vanguard, and KMS Vanguard right here. Okay, so I highly recommend you guys just sort by factions. And for Golden Lude, it may be a little bit difficult for new players, but I think much easier compared to Mecklenburg when the ships are, they have so much variety of ships that you guys get. Like you can pick Z23 from your selectors or whatever, or at the beginning, and that's a ship right there for you to grind. The next ship is going to be Kansas. Now Kansas is going to be very easy because all you really need here is going to be Eagle Union Main Fleet. So if we go to Eagle Union Main Fleet here, there are so many ships that you guys can use. A lot of these ships you guys get very early, like Lexington, Arizona, Yorktown, Lang. All the blue ships here that you guys see are accessible very early. Not to mention Langley is very good here because she has this first skill right here called first generation carriers, which increase the EXP of your carriers earned in combat by 15%. So if we use 3, if you want to start this even more, if we have 3 Eagle Union carriers and use Langley, they get an additional 15 plus 15 plus 15 on each of those ships, making the process for grinding much easier compared to other factions of ships. Okay, so any of these carriers work perfectly fine, and just pick Langley if you guys want to speed up the process. Okay, very easy for Kansas. Now, Vittorio Cuni, this one is going to be Italy Vanguard. Now, this one is going to be probably the biggest gatekeeper for new players, because I don't think there's many options for Italy Vanguards to be used in like new player scenarios. So if we search these things here, we search War Archives, we will see, I think there's like one ship. No. So looking for Italy. Okay, so we have Duca. Duca is definitely one option that you guys can use, but it's an SSR drop, so it may take a bit. Giuseppe is also available. So these two events right here will give you Vanguards for Italy. So just take this time to use those war archives if you guys really want Vittorio Cuni to farm these two. Get that one drop and you'll get it. Now again, Vanguard get less EXP than main fleet, so you may have to be here for a little longer grinding than usual, but as long as you get those EXP, no matter how long it'll take, you'll eventually finish it. Okay, and the last ship is going to be Dimmitri. Now Dimmitri, you need Northern Parliament Vanguard, so you need Russian Vanguards. So we go here, click that. Option here is very limited, like the other Italy faction. So my advice here, we go to not challenge mode, we go to War Archives once again. We go down this list. We're looking for Russian events. Russian event, we have a Chappie. So Chappie from Northern Overture, very good here. We go to Korov of the Don's Rhyme, Belarusia's event. We have Talon. Talon's also acceptable here. We go to Abyssal Refrain. We have Kiev. Kiev is also acceptable here. So we have 3 events here for drops that you guys can farm here. Now I'm not sure if these have like any like rarity events or elite ships that are Vanguards here. I don't think so. From what I remember, all these ships here are primarily from Gacha, but you have access to Kiev, you have access to Talon, you have access to Chappie for those farming one. And again, you only need one ship drop to get EXP for, so let's pick any of these. Overall, I think this faction is a little difficult for new players, mainly because a lot of these factions in here are from those newer factions, so there's not much of the like ships to go around to farm with. But I think the biggest one is definitely going to be Mecklenburg. So if you guys have Iron Blood backliners, this should be like your main priority here. These are just waifu selections, so if you guys want to farm for these, that's fine too. Just keep in mind that it is more restrictive, so you guys like gotta get these as well too. All right, not to mention there is that requirement of 300 points for these ships, so you have to unlock like their attack points first before you can actually like do this kind of stuff. All right, like Kansas 950, but that's very easy though. USS is very easy. It's just Targaryen Empire and Northern Parliament 300, a little bit more restrictive. Okay, so that's all I gotta say for you guys. Thank you guys for watching as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.